You're listening to DC High Volume, Batman. Batman and Alfred have been working undercover to bring down Killer Croc, a mutated man with crocodile-like features and one of Gotham City's most dangerous criminals. But with Alfred captured and Batman out of commission, it's up to Nightwing and Robin to save the day. And now, Nightwing, Year 1, Chapter 6.
While me and the new Kid Wonder hitched an express ride to Croc's hideout, I knew it must have been bad. You didn't show up at Dr. Tompkins with a paper cut.
You know, as tough as this suit is to cut through, it's only bullet resistant, not bulletproof.
Yes, Leslie. No one is more aware of that than me.
Good.
Robin, can you hear me? Damn, lost the signal.
New Robin? Already. You know, I understand your desire to do what you do, to rebalance the scales for yourself. But to encourage others?
Robin, I repeat, they're headed for the riverfront.
Enough.
Swimming. Can't stay.
I should hope so. I put enough Versed in your IV for 3 men. Whoever you're trying to reach, they're on their own for a few hours.
This is an express train to Gotham Riverfront District.
You have a motorcycle, right?
But this is more fun, isn't it?
Sure, fun. They let people ride inside the cars, you know.
This is a new world you're living in now. Outside the law, outside of society. There's drawbacks, but there's plenty of perks too.
Like?
Like you didn't pay for this ride!
So this is just a big goof for you? We're going to save Alf's life, and you're into riding the L for free.
I try to be happy in my work, Brat Wonder. Besides, Alfred can take care of himself. Hang on, Sheldon Park turn is coming.
He didn't need to know that I was more worried about Alfred than he was. You never let me see you sweat. But you also never let things get out of control unless you were down and out or otherwise preoccupied. Still, I had to wonder where you found this kid. So, I asked him.
How'd you get this job anyway?
Whoa!
I gotcha. Lucky your cape's so long. Maybe I should rethink a cape, huh? So how'd he pick you?
He caught me trying to steal the tires off his car.
The car?
The same.
That is good!
Hey, isn't our stop coming up?
You're right. But this is an express, so we have to make our own stop.
Hey, wait up!
Hush, Little Wing. We're the stealthy ones, remember? I dictate the rules of the gauntlet now, okay?
How are we gonna find Al?
Shh. No names. 6 degrees later and somebody will figure out the secret. Let's see what's in this warehouse. Hello, nurse.
Do they have Alfred? What are they doing to him? Let me look.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't see this, Boy Wonder.
Is it that bad?
Just like that. Work that camera. That is the way I want to see it, Nurse Nancy. Ooh!
Cigar burns all you got. I can handle worse. Twice as much, even.
Them scars smell like burning tires, Harv. You mind if I call you Harv?
And what do I call you, lounge lizard?
Smart talk ain't so smart from where you're sitting, Two-Face. Maybe I fill in the other side and make you One-Face.
Waylon? He's here.
Double or nothing when you get back, Waylon.
Master Bruce, are you listening? I seem to be in a bit of a spot, and I'm not sure how long I can remain in character.
But we know now Alfred wasn't able to reach you.
The comlink was dead. Meanwhile, Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc, consulted with his accountant about a new shipment of goodies at the Gotham Harbor.
Are you sure this is wise, Waylon? The cocaine trade is a risky venture in and of itself. Weapons trafficking, that's Dent's racket.
Just diversifying my assets is all. Better than keeping my eggs all in one basket. And I'm pretty sure Dent will be convinced to share and share alike while he's company.
You got a target in mind for these, Croc?
Oh, I ain't the party planner. I'm just the caterer. How you think I get the blow at a premium? Them boys down south need firepower to keep the commies out of their coke fields. I guess I'm just doing my part for democracy and all. Oh, look at these newfangled bazookas. Say cheese, boys.
1 kilo, as agreed.
This is the good stuff, right?
Oh, you know what they say. As pure as the driven snow.
Back at Dr. Tompkins' clinic, Batgirl was trying to get you back into the fight.
Wake up! Snap out of it! Batgirl, stop. He's under heavy sedation. All you're doing is straining my sutures.
Oh, this is kind of important, Dr. Tompkins. The boys are looking for Alfred, but they don't know he's disguised as Two-Face. It was supposed to just be a training exercise for the new kid.
But why would Alfred be disguised as... Wake up, Bruce!
You're the doctor! If he's out, he's out. Take his comlink. I'll check out the usual haunts. If you can get him conscious, shout out to me.
He muttered something about the riverfront before he went under.
Then that's where I'll be. Checking every warehouse if I have to.
But the estuary's lined with warehouses.
For me and the new kid, it wasn't so much door to door as window to window with a couple of costume voyeurs. You'd be surprised what there is to find when all you're really looking for is a British valet on the darker side of town. Like a busy factory assembly line of child laborers making shoes.
Are those children?
Now this is the scene of a crime.
Don't look at me. I gotta wear your old shoes.
Next. Whew. This one must be a fish packing plant. Just why is Alfred part of the gauntlet anyway?
Beats me. You said it was a game of tag? I figured that he meant you were... Ugh. That's where tuna comes from?
Come on, kid. Fresh air. Feel better now?
Not really.
No convenient roof windows on this one. Gonna have to lower you over the edge.
Grab my ankles. Lower me. Slowly.
See anything?
Coke lab or heroin? Can't tell which.
Anything else?
Hold on. I think I found our man. He's tied to a chair. Upper deck office. 2 mooks watching the door.
All right, come back up. There's a ventilation shaft. Follow me.
I'm not scared. You're scared. Look, all I'm saying is that Dent's got friends. Arkham friends, you know? Neither one of us needs that kind of crazy. And you think Waylon ain't?
The air inside was thick with coke dust. Gosh, Little Wing. If not for utility belt standard nasal filters, we would have been running on more than adrenaline. Yet, in all the rush, I never stopped to question why Alfred Pennyworth, of all people, would be kidnapped by drug runners. Bruce Wayne is certainly a bigger catch than Bruce Wayne's valet. But nobody bothered to tell me that you weren't you tonight. And neither was Alfred.
Two-Face.
You designed the gauntlet as the final test to prove my worthiness to become Robin.
It wasn't me that killed you. It was the bat.
So what were you testing this time? Tell me where the Brit is, or I'll beat you harder than you did me, Dent.
Nightwing, don't!
I thought I raised you to display better manners, Master Richard.
What?
Hey, goons are coming. What's the plan?
Quick.
What if we spring Dent and he double-crosses us? That's just the kind of thing he does. Hey, look, I'm willing to spin the wheel.
Didn't your mother teach you it ain't polite to whisper?
My mother taught me never to get caught.
A wise woman.
Look, you'd probably be grateful to two guys who got you out of this, right?
Double agents, eh? I like it.
Uh-huh. How grateful, Dent?
Quite terribly grateful. Were I not already liberated?
Now!
A nice bit of teamwork. You remember teamwork, don't you?
Thank you, Master Jason.
Kid, you knew about this?
Kinda.
Master Richard, I believe I can explain.
Later, back at the cave, when we're all together.
What the hell is this?
Oh, and by the way, there's a new player in town. Big, scaly guy, muscles, claws, plenty of mean to go around. And as insane as the rest of your enemies. Like, he showed up with a for-real rocket launcher.
I turned my back for 1 second. Get over here, Dent. I didn't go to all this trouble to have two costume goody-goodies snatch you away.
Beg pardon?
You heard me. Get over here while I cock the pajama boys.
But I think we should let them go. Sir.
When'd you get a vote, Ugly? And what's with that highfalutin talk?
Croc, you don't want to fire that in here.
Never tell me what to do.
Robbins, get down!
I'm sure you'll get the chance to meet Croc someday. But tonight was all about the Robins.
Well, so much for detective work.
And maybe a distantly related bird of prey.
You spoiled my shot. They're gonna call you No Face? What the? Some kind of mask?
Robin, together!
Have to give you this much. The kid is eager. A lot of heart. But sometimes heart's not enough. Or am I wrong?
Alfred, we'll go finish Croc. Can you handle things from here?
These miscreants are non-combatants from here on. Right, lads?
Man, is it always warehouses?
Sometimes derelict ships, sewers, rooftops.
What's the weirdest place you've ever fought in?
On the keys of a giant typewriter.
You're kidding, right?
Wish I was.
Maybe he ran away.
Not a chance.
Do any of them ever run away?
Only the easy ones.
Those were the days, though. But times change. The rules change. We change.
Hey, Gator Butt! You still here?
This kid, though, he could go far. If he survives.
In easy reach, Barry Boots.
Croc caught us standing on a couple of storage crates.
Should've run when you could. No running now.
I want to be a friend to you. Come along now and join the party.
No giant typewriter, but still weird, huh?
Was I ever this chatty? If I was, it's likely for the same reason. To cover the fear.
Down, Robin!
I called him by name. My name. So in the middle of it all, I'm wondering, is the gauntlet meant to forge a partner?
He's gonna kill us, isn't he?
If we let him.
What do you think is in that crate?
The way he's groaning, it's not teddy bears this time.
Or to build a team? You remember teamwork, don't you?
You were right. Those are full-on tractors. No teddies.
But if you're wondering, Robin did just fine. He survived a different kind of gauntlet. We both did.
You call it in?
My Commissioner Gordon and the Major Crimes Unit are on their way.
I think we ought to scram. This one takes more than a little explaining.
My bike will hold one of you, at least.
Where's Robin?
He said something about securing transport.
Anybody need a lift?
A stolen vehicle, young sir?
Stolen from the Steelers, Alfs. 2 negatives make a positive, right?
Watch this one, Bruce. You can take the boy out of juvenile hall. Well, you know the rest.
I'll handle the driving from here on, lad. Will you be joining us?
Nightwing, Alfred. That's what I'll be calling myself from now on. And no, I think I'll hitch a ride with Batgirl.
Hey, yes, Leslie, hi. That's great news. Hey, guys, it's Leslie on the comlink. She says he's up and headed back to base. He wants us to meet him for debriefing.
I'm just glad Master Bruce is all right.
He meant all of us.
Sure. I just need you to make one stop first.
A recording studio?
Just so you know, this isn't avoidance. It's acceptance. There comes a time where every son has to leave the nest and take wing for the first time. A solo flight. Give him this tape. Will you, Batgirl?
I'll be seeing you, Nightwing.
We all move on. I may not be your partner anymore, but I'm just as committed to your crusade as the night you made me swear the oath. I wanted you to know that.
Barbara, where's Dick?
This is for you.
A cassette tape.
You're gonna need him someday. Really need him. I don't know where or when, but I can see it.
And something else. You were the best father you could be, given the circumstances. Consider this my valedictory speech. The final exam is over and I'm ready for the real world. Time to pass the torch to the new class. Okay, well, that's everything. Can I help you?
He said to give you this.
Who said?
Him. Look, I gotta go. You know he hates it when you're late.
Wait, just a second. I don't even know your name.
Jason Todd. Remember it. I plan on breaking all your old records.
You could do worse with this kid. Keep your eye on him, okay? Now, what do we have? Oh, wow. Alfie, you have outdone yourself. And tell Alfred thanks. From a former boy wonder.
Master Richard, because the costume I last saw you wearing was tattered and torn, the robin's egg blue was inspired, but how can one take flight without new wings? If the feathering is familiar, it is because you once wore this color to great distinction in your youth. And I've no doubt you will again.
Clothes do indeed make the man.
In their second year as partners, Batman still needs to remind Robin the rules of the road. But sometimes when you're behind the wheel and a villain is hot on your tail, you need to improvise. This is Hot Pursuit.
Before we go out tonight as Batman and Robin, I want to remind you, the rules are still in play. You swore an oath to me. When you put that costume on, you're my partner. You follow my orders. And if it looks like I'm going to die, you get to safety. No hesitations. Understood?
Got it. Partners. Loud and clear.
A Gotham City highway. It's Dick Grayson's second year as Robin. We have been on patrol almost every night this week, investigating a trail of seemingly unrelated incidents of arson. Tonight, that trail led us right to delusional pyromaniac, Firefly. The good news is, the warehouses were empty and nobody was harmed. The bad news is, Firefly's suit flies faster than we can run, and I parked the car a good distance away.
Where did you leave this thing?
Keep running. We're almost there.
You're pretty fast, Bats. But as for the bird...
Robin, get down! 10 minutes later. The Batmobile. How did I... Autopilot, I need a status report. Is Robin safe?
Oh, he's safe, all right, Batman. I just don't know for how long. Hang on tight, boss. I don't have my learner's permit yet.
That job was gonna pay me 15 big ones. Let's hope the burn scrap of your rocket car covers my loss, Batman.
Oh! Some of those are getting kind of close.
Turn on the autopilot and jump out. That's an order, Robin.
No, can't do. That last bomb took out the autopilot.
I told you to leave me if I was going to die. You were supposed to get to safety, not drag me into the Batmobile.
Relax. I've got 60 hours in the simulator.
I don't have a simulator.
Don't sweat it. I had some training at the arcade back in the circus.
Nice driving. You got this, son.
High score.
Right on top of the leaderboard. DG. Undefeated. To this day. Plus, you taught me to improvise. So why don't we try that?
Net launcher.
A net. Nice try.
Whoa! Besides, we've got plenty of surprises to share with Firefly.
Batarangs.
Okay.
Quit!
This isn't a game, and this car is not a toy.
Really? Could have fooled me. I think the giant bat head mounted on the hood is a dead giveaway.
Oh, that's it. I've had enough of this.
Enough jokes. Get off the highway and find cover before... Road's closed. Watch out!
End of the road. Nowhere to run.
He's turning around. There. Eyes in front. He's above the closed-off bridge.
Got you. Forget the car. There's gotta be a bigger bounty for Batman and the Brat Wonder. Listen up! You got 1 minute to get out of that car before I fry you both. You hear me, Bats?
Firefly's going to be on us any second.
And we're out of road. Unless I jump the busted bridge. We did the same thing with the junked go-kart back in Star City. The crowd went wild.
You're not jumping anything. Get out of the car and head back to the cave. Now! You're my partner, so start acting like it!
That's why I'm not leaving you. Back in Haley's circus, my parents and I had a deal.
You ready, Mary?
As ever.
When we were up on those ropes, there was no mom, no dad, and no son.
What about you, Dick?
Ready whenever you are.
Let's go.
Let's fly.
We were partners. We were equal. Each of us made sure the others didn't fall.
Mary!
I didn't get to keep my promise. I know I swore an oath to you. I know that this is dangerous. But just like my parents, we're more than partners. We're family. And I'm never going to let my family fall again.
Punch it.
Batman? The roof caved in. Are you all right? Don't you die on me! I'm going to get you out of there! I'm not leaving you! Do you hear me?
I hear you, partner.
No one could have possibly survived that. No!
Firefly's down.
So, how'd I do tonight?
You were reckless, disobeyed orders, and the Batmobile is scrapped. As a soldier, you failed. But as a partner, as family, I couldn't be happier.
Firefly, you are under arrest. Remain still.
But it's going to be a long time before you drive the car again.
Whatever you say, partner.
You've been listening to DC High Volume, Batman, Nightwing Year One, and Hot Pursuit. Nightwing Year One comic written by Scott Beatty and Chuck Dixon, with artwork by Scott McDaniel. Hot Pursuit based on the story from Batman Urban Legends number 23, written by Kenny Porter and illustrated by Simone Di Meo. Directed by Fred Greenhalgh. Audio adaptation by Fred Greenhalgh, Roshan Singh Sambi, and Scott Lee Chua. Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger. Nightwing created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Starring Jason Spizak as Batman and Will Friedle as Nightwing. With Shelby Young as Batgirl, Eric Morgan Stewart as Killer Croc, and Hudson Paul as Jason Todd. Also starring Seth Austin, Hayden Bishop, Luis Bermudez, Victor Diaz, Ned Donovan, Nick Fisher, Amr Kotub, Leonard Moore, Adam O'Byrne, Josh Sterling, Casey Turner, Pilar Uribe, Simon Vance, and Mick Wingert, with crowd voices by Philip Hobby, Heather Irish, Tony Riley, William Walker, and Ashanti Williams. Casting by Sunday Bowling Kennedy and Meg Mormon CSA. Produced by Fred Greenhalgh and Roshan Singh Sambi. Executive producers for DC, Mike Pilata and Victor Diaz. Executive producers for Realm, Molly Barton and Carly Migliori. Production manager, Jordan Aconcia. Music composed by Sam Ewing and Perrine Virgil. Additional music by Marcus Thorne Bagala. Supervising sound design and mix by Jeff Schmidt. Additional sound design by Jonathan Roberts. Dialogue editing by Chia Yem Chong. Additional production support by Ondas Productions. Assistant editor Jamie Leidwinger. Associate producer Andrew Kwan. Production services provided by Realm. Video editor Tasha Carter. Recorded at Real Voice LA, CityVox, The Orange Lounge, and Acadia Recording Company. This podcast was recorded under a SAG-AFTRA agreement. Based on characters from DC, the characters and events depicted in this podcast are fictional. Any similarity to any actual person, living or dead, or to any actual events, firms, places, and institutions or other entities is coincidental and unintentional. This podcast is protected under the laws of the United States and other countries, and its unauthorized duplication, distribution, or exhibition may result in civil liability and criminal prosecution. Copyright and trademark DC. All rights reserved.